Hi, Berkeley here. This morning we're making a short little video about macros and how to create them and how to use them. Now, some people who may watch this video just to make fun of me, like Jix for instance, is going to say, Berkeley, why are we making a video about macros? Imagine not knowing about macros or how to make them. Well, there's been a little bit of a trend with certain people. I'm not going to call out Vi or anyone like that, or maybe even Frosty, about their lack of macro use because they are my favorite people. So we are not calling them out with this video. Okay, we're sort of calling them out with this video, but it's okay. Any problems you may have with macros will hopefully be resolved by the end of this video. As you can see, we're kind of just running around our garrison right now, just for a change of pace. And so I'm not testing all of this out in the middle of Orgrimmar or somewhere like that, whatever. So here we go. So to access the macro menu, you're just going to type / macro, and this beautiful little box is going to open up. Now, the method we're going to use is going to use a lot of shift clicking. So really, we're going to open the spell book first and then type /macro. So now we have our lovely spellbook screen and our create macros screen. So you will notice there are two tabs here. One is general macros and one is Berkeley specific macros. So of course, general macros are macros you're going to be able to access across all your characters on your account. Berkeley specific macros, for instance, will only be accessible to Berkeley. So for the most part, I make them all in general macros because I do play Horde and Alliance. Like I have 2 Resto Druids, 1 on each side, and I want to make sure I can access my macros on both sides. So this is how I choose to do it. You can make specific ones for every single character if you want to. I don't know why you would want to, but feel free to if you want to. All right, so we're going to start out by making a pretty easy one. We're going to make a mouse over macro for rejuvenation. So we'll go to general macros and we're going to click new and type in rejuvenation. And we're not going to go through this big menu of pictures to select the rejuvenation icon. We're just going to click OK. And go to our spell book now and shift click on rejuvenation. So it automatically pops in cast rejuvenation. Now for this, we need to add some more information. So we're going to put in a bracket and, well, we're going to put a space and then a bracket, an @ symbol, and type in mouse over and a closing bracket. Then over here, we'll put in a semicolon and rejuvenation again. And we're going to click save. Now, when we click save, as you can see, our beautiful rejuvenation icon has appeared here for us without looking through that monstrosity of an icon list. So I have my rejuvenation macro down here, my number 2 spot. So it is pretty basic. You just hover over someone, press 2, and if we look at him, see he has a rejuvenation currently on him. So that is perfect. So now we're going to open our spellbook again and go / macro. We're going to now make one for efflorescence, and this one is going to be cursor specific. So wherever your cursor is, it will drop your efflorescence. So we're going to type efflorescence in. We're going to go to our spellbook again and shift click efflorescence into there. It's very much the same process. We're just going to put a space a bracket, at cursor, and then another bracket, and click save. Again, here's our beautiful efflorescence icon ready for us. And as we can see, I have mine in my number 1 spot. So you can just say I want it over here. Just put my cursor over here, press 1, and as you can see, here's my efflorescent circle. So perfect. Now the next one we are going to make is a tree of life macro that also incorporates innervate. Because obviously, if you've just popped into Tree of Life, you are going to be mass healing. You are going to use a lot of mana. And the global cooldowns on these two are the same. They're both 3 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 3-minute cooldown. So, we're going to name this Tree of Life. We're going to leave the icon the same. We're going to click OK. Pretty simple. And shift click innervate and shift click Tree of Life. Now this one, when we save it, it is going to give us the innervate icon just because it is the first spell being called. So for these ones, I will go ahead and click change, look through this nightmare list for the correct icon. Let's see here. Here it is. Click OK, and it will change it for you. So when we're using this macro now, we will cast Innervate and then pop into a tree, or as Pear likes to call it, a broccoli. So that's perfect. Now, the last macro I'm going to make, and just keep in mind, you can do these kinds of combinations on any class. You just have to keep in mind that you need to check on global cooldowns. Like, you don't want to pair something that is off cooldown in a minute and pair it with something that has a 10-minute cooldown. It's not going to work properly, so just don't do it. So now we're going to go new, and we're going to make a convoke the spirits macro. It won't fit, so we'll just type convoke. There we go. That's perfect. So we're going to look through our spellbook for convoke, which obviously is hidden in this monstrosity of a tabbing system that I don't particularly care for. Anyway, here's our convoke the spirits. So we're going to shift click to put it in here. This isn't actually the first one I want to call, so we'll put a space there. And I want to bring up my character info screen. So this trinket I have, as you see, there is a usability. So basically, I want it to use my trinket and then convoke every time I convoke, so that I know I'm getting the benefits out of it. I mean, the convoke cooldown is 2 minutes. This one is a minute and a half. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to use it on its own every minute and a half. So it does work with my Convoke the Spirits, just so I know I'm using as many of my spells as possible. So once we do save this, of course, again, it will give us the little trinket icon. So we'll want to go in and change that. Let's see here. I'm really bad at looking through this list and finding icons. If it's on this screen, a bunch of people are probably like, Brookley, it's right there. Are you stupid? Are you blind? What is wrong with you? Luckily, it's not on this screen. And there it is. So we'll click OK. And we can just grab it and drop it right there. This is for my old trinket, so we'll delete this macro. and we now have our new macro. So save and exit. So as you can see, when we convoke, it also has the blue circle for my trinket ability right there. It's great. And if we use our Tree of Life macro, we are a Tree of Life, and here is Innervate. So this is the Brooklyn guide on how to make your own simple macros. I mean, you can always find some that are pre-made that you can just copy and paste on Wowhead and places like that. But if you want to make some simple macros yourself, this is the easiest way to do it. So there you have it. Have yourself a great day, and thank you for watching my little video.